You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the May 6th meeting of the LaPorte County Soil and Water Conservation District Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Order. The first order of business, approval of previous meeting minutes.
Make a motion to approve them.
Second.
Anything on the question? Those in favor? Aye. Need approval of treasurer's report?
I make a motion we approve the treasurer's report.
And we need a second.
Second.
Anything on the question on the treasurer's report? Those in favor?
Aye.
Activity reports, staff?
Go first?
You can go first.
Okay, I'll be real brief. I wanted to remind everybody again that the legislative breakfast is coming up during Fair Week, the Wednesday of Fair Week. We still do not have a speaker. We do have a caterer. So I'm still looking for ideas on who might want to be our speaker for the legislative breakfast. So again, any ideas you can throw out there, I'm open to pursuing. Don's mentioning Amber Seiler.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. I don't know what you need. What are you looking for?
General.
Just what does Save the Dunes do? What projects are you working on? What have you done in the past? Those types of things. We've had Scott Pilaf from Kankakee River Commission. We've had a gentleman from the south side of Chicago talk about urban farming.
I could check on that. What's the date on that? Again, I'm sorry.
The Wednesday of the fair. I don't know.
I feel like 7 a.m.
Yeah, it starts at 7, usually done by 8. And it's, again, mostly, obviously,
The 9th.
commissioners, council, mayors are all invited, as well as partners. So,
So what do you want, like 15 minutes or half hour or what? For talking?
Somewhere between 15 minutes and a half hour.
yeah, usually closer to half hour,
Yeah.
because generally they just get their food, sit down, and then there's the presentation and then question session, and then everybody's done.
Let me check with my advocacy coordinator on that.
Okay.
That would be a good one for her, actually. Talk about things that we're working on legislatively.
That would be great.
I'll
Okay.
check on it.
And then, as everybody knows, we will no longer be doing Bossy Bingo at the fair due to the policy or code of the state. Sandra, what is that? Is it state?
Indiana code, you can't do anything that's gambling.
Yeah.
That's considered gambling.
So that's a huge physical burden off of us, I guess.
And it didn't bring in all that much money.
No, it wasn't that. Well, it wasn't really worth it. Next week I will be in Rochester on the 14th. I'll be attending my understanding is I'll be helping to facilitate the succession planning seminar in Rochester, because I do have mine completed and that's done. So I'll be helping out there. And then I wanted to just throw this out to the board for any feedback on thoughts. The other day, Paul randomly sent me a picture of the new truck that we received pulling the trailer. And he just jokingly said, "How about a parade entry?" And I was like, that doesn't sound like too bad of an idea. And then I was like, I was just thinking yesterday, actually, what if we got seed like we got from that company that we have out there now, and rather than throw out Sour Patch Kids or Tootsie Rolls or Suckers, we hand out native seeds along the parade route. The cost to be in the parade is $250. So there would be that cost, and then if there was a seed cost as well. So I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of unique. Instead of throwing candy out and people could see us out in public. I mean, it's a big event for the county.
When is the parade?
4th of July
4th
parade.
of July.
Is it on the 4th of July?
Mm-hmm. Anyone?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to be in the parade. The seed thing is kind of neat, I guess, but it's mostly the kids that go up there and get stuff. So I was wondering if it was like.
Well, we wouldn't probably throw them out. We'd just kind of hand them to the adults. You know, like when they have like a church, you know, they hand out those little flyers or whatever. It would be more like targeting adults instead of children. Yeah.
I guess get an estimate on the, like, how many packets would we need and how much would that cost? That's the only thing, but I think it's a good idea.
Well, you just pick 100 or 500 or whatever it is when they're gone.
Yeah, when they're gone, they're
When they're gone,
gone.
they're gone, yeah, just try to space them out, yeah. Yeah, as long as the seats
Because
aren't too much.
I
think
did
that's
talk
cool.
to Mike Riley at LaPorte Economic Advancement about it, and I'm sure they have some kind of estimate on how much candy they hand out, and that's probably way more than we would do seed. So anyway, I'll find out on that.
Okay.
I do know that I volunteered at the parade already, so I couldn't I couldn't help at the actual parade. I mean,
Okay.
I've already got
Yeah.
2 prior commitments at the parade. So.
I'm not gonna be in town. I'll be out of the country, actually.
All right, well, that's all I had, so.
Linda?
All right, we're knee deep in 5th grade field days right now, so, that's going okay. I think in retrospect, 6 days was a lot to bite off, so, yeah. I know some of you can't help, but if anyone is available to help on Friday, I think I have a master gardener who's going to come and help kids make newspaper pots and plant seeds. And I think that Sasha and Mary Cornelius from Purdue can rotate helping that person as well. But if anybody else wants to join on a very low key station, you're welcome to come on out and do that. On May 15th, I'm attending an evening pond workshop at Bass Lake to get good ideas for Jesse and I to put together our own pond workshop here in LaPorte County. I've had more people ask about that again. And then I attended the Northwest Region meeting in Rensselaer, and that was lovely. We're in the ending stages of scheduling River Days. I've sent out all the invitations to every single school in LaPorte County in the Kankakee watershed. Ashley from Stark County has invited all 4 of her schools, but there are some major ones who have not responded yet. And that is a little bit troublesome to both of us. And we're working to try and get them to respond to us at least. Ashley received a $1,000 grant for River Days from the Kankakee Valley REMC. And she and Amanda both wanted me to join them as a joint project. We received the $4,000 Arrowhead grant and the $5,000 NIPSCO grant for that as well, for the expansion and the community day. So those were good things. That's $10,000 that we didn't have in January, so yay. We've also, Ashley and I found an alternative site. Stark County wanted something quote a little bit more Stark County-ish, but it turns out the site's really across the river in LaPorte County, but 3 days will be at the Kankakee Fish and Wildlife Area as opposed to Kingsbury Fish and Wildlife Area. We met with those DNR gentlemen and scouted those sites. And I think it's gonna be really nice. It's a much larger property upon which to bring buses in and to set up stations. And it has a nice boat launch. So hopefully that'll work out well. Yeah, I'm excited about that. And then Envirothon, the state Envirothon was April 23rd. Unfortunately, Westville had to back out at the last minute due to some conflicts the kids had. But LaPorte attended. They did not place in any of the events this year, but they did do really well. So that's a good thing. They weren't last. They were right in the middle of the testing and the scores, and so that was good. That was held down at the FFA Training Center in Trafalgar this year. And any other questions? Did I cover it all? I think so. Okay.
How much further down is the Kankakee spot? Is it?
So it is at the corner of State Route 39 and State Route 8.
Okay.
So it's at the river at Route 39 and 8.
That's just a little farther.
It's not that much
it's not.
further.
No, it is not. And in fact, some of our schools I think will be actually easier for them to get to. But we're trying to get mostly the Stark schools there. But it's a kind of a straight shot down Route 39. So.
Cool.
Okay, cool. I cannot get, Olive decided not to come this year, and Prairie View will not return my calls or emails. So when you wonder why new Prairie schools aren't coming, I don't know what to say. I've basically harassed them.
Well, when I see Dr. White, I'm gonna tell him that.
So just wanted you to know. And South Central, no response either there. So I don't know how much to put myself at the principals and teachers.
Thank you.
Yep.
We'll go to partner agencies, NRCS.
Kevin submitted DC talking points as well as there's a second sheet here you can read. I did, on the second handout there, Camilla Elias Arroyo, she actually submitted her resume to me this morning, just as a kind of, hey, if anybody's looking for someone with my skills, please pass my resume along. I can forward it to everyone, and if you have anybody that thinks she might be a fit, she's definitely eager, so.
Okay, Purdue Extension.
I didn't get anything from them.
But I'll say that they have been helping with 5th grade field days all 6 days. So I want you to know, major kudos to them.
Fantastic. KYRBDC, but it's a mouthful.
Get their meeting notice here.
Yeah, there's agenda in there for their next meeting. Drainage Board, didn't see anything in there from them.
Nope.
ISDA,
The only thing I have, if you have any Clean Water Indiana updates for your grant, just let me know and I can add it to the tracking database. So maybe I'll email Paul just to see what's kind of going on with my grant.
Your DSS update is in your packet. A reminder that you need to do your sexual harassment training, which since y'all are here, after we adjourn the meeting, we'll knock that out. Amber can leave because she did her assignment. It's 10 minutes, it's not real long. We'll knock it out, get it done. And then the other thing is the board leadership program. That website, I know we've been talking about it for a year and a half now. You've been hearing it off and on. And we've been saying go on, get points, but you don't know what those points are for. We had a meeting last Monday and you know what the points are for. I can't say what it's for yet, but you're gonna like it. So get on there and get your points so that way your points adding up this year might get you recognition next year. So you want those points.
okay, thank you. Annual plan of work, The prepare the county budget.
Yeah, that never changes.
Is that when we go submit it? Do we know when that's gonna be?
Have not received it yet.
Okay.
Tillage Transect we did last month, right, Julie? Right. I did see something for SWCD awards, conservation farmer, I think, or river friendly farmer. I could start considering.
July, cross out Potsy bingo.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, we're still gonna have a fair booth, correct? Just not the whole wearing a cow suit.
I mean, you still can if you want to.
Negative.
May I ask, is there any way we can move our booth to the community building perchance? I know that I had a lot of problems. I ended up with a sinus infection from sitting in that moldy building so long. And I don't know. I just think it's not the best environment.
I mean,
That's a possibility. And we might get more traffic.
it's ultimately up to them, but I mean, I did talk to Sarah after last year. It's, it's 100 for that building, and then the community building, I think, is 300 or 400.
Okay.
So it would be
I thought it was 450 inside where it's air conditioned.
Okay.
It's just a thought.
I'll check with her
for
again
us,
and see.
And then just to get more foot traffic too. It's an idea.
Anything else on that? Public comment? Any public comment? No public comment. We'll go to new business. Plat book quote.
You should have received the quote that I received from a potential new vendor. I actually got a postcard in the mail that the Jasper County plat book had been released, the new one. And so I checked who the vendor was. I contacted them, got a quote, and compared to the prior vendor, they are significantly cheaper. I think I detailed it in my email. The previous vendor wanted us to do the majority of the advertising solicitation. And they wanted to also charge us an additional $1,500. Well, whereas this vendor, which it looks very similar to what we have now, so I'm a little confused as to why the significant price difference, but there's no quantity minimum order, and we get a free wall map like we have now. The only difference, the only reason it would be higher with the new vendor is it's $3 more per book. That's it. That's the only difference, $3 a book. So it seems obvious to me. We still have.
This vendor is $3 more?
Just $3 more, yeah. So we can add $3 or $4 more to the cost to the customer. I looked up, since we started the other vendor back in 19 it was either 19 or 21, I can't remember. We sold about 275, which isn't huge, but people still come in and ask. They want a book, hard copy book. They don't want Google Maps.
You trust Google Maps?
Well, you're not always, but
Can't
that's
Google
why
Maps, can't Google.
carry a book for backup. So anyway, I just, if you approve of that, I would like to start getting that going. They told me if I start working on this now that we could have like an August, September release, which is pretty quick. So
Do you take pre-orders on those so you know how many to buy? Or just buy what you bought or what you got
I
rid
mean,
of
the way we did it
before?
before was we just order 50 at a time.
Oh,
And then they send out postcards to the top 400 landowners in the county. And then they just start, it starts up here and then it tails off.
is it cheaper if you were like to buy 200 at once instead of 50 at a time though?
It doesn't look like it, and it wasn't with the other company either. There was no quantity pricing, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. So you said we sell about 50 early on and then it diminishes to maybe 100?
I didn't do the math per year. It was probably between 75 and 85 a year we sold. So it's not a huge amount. And again, we're really not in it to make money. I mean, it's a service to the county, to the residents of the county. So as long as we kind of break even, that's what I'm saying. If we just raise the price a few dollars, we pay a few dollars more.
And there's no setup fee, right? That $1,500 that the other company was charging
Correct.
was a setup
Yeah.
fee.
Right.
That's weird, but
That's what I said.
so, yeah, it makes no sense. But
If I get approval and it ends up being a gotcha bait and switch, then yeah. But she told me on the phone, no, there is not. And there's nothing in the quote that says there is.
Interesting. What's your pleasure?
I'll make a motion that we purchase 100 to begin with from the new vendor and go from there. I think we should try to sell them at the fair.
Okay.
That might be a good option to
What's the
get that
turnaround?
out
Can
there.
they get them that quick?
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
It would be tough.
Yeah.
But they may, if we,
If they can, if not, then in future years, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but taking them a stack to the fair to sell, even if you only sell a couple, still might as well.
Brian, you can wear a sandwich board with the cover.
We got a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Anything on the question? Those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Need approval of claims? Need a motion to approve the claims. Is that a
Second
motion? Andy? Who seconded it?
I see.
Mike did.
Mike? Anything on the question on the claims? Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Our next meeting is June 3rd, 3:30. Any other business? If not, we stand adjourned. Thank you much.